the man, the comedian, the legend, Mr. George Wallace. How are you?
I feel good all over. Excuse me, I have a mint in my mouth. I have to put a mint in my mouth because there's this thing called morning breath, and I'm trying to deal with this morning. And speakers, we talk a lot, our mouths get dry, and sometimes we have morning breath at night. That's bad. But let me say this. Thank you so much for having me here this morning. Thank you for to the city of Milwaukee. Let me tell you something. I had all my jokes ready to go about Milwaukee and my conceptions of the city. I do have one good joke, and that's about the Milwaukee International Airport, okay? I want to make one thing perfectly clear. The only thing international in Milwaukee is the House of Pancakes. Let's get that out of the way, okay? Let's make that perfectly clear. But otherwise, the city downtown is just, you still have a real downtown. And I brought good weather. The sun is shining right now. You say it's cold. And I even have on a short sleeve shirt. I'm happy to be here today. The sun is shining and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And this club here in Milwaukee, there's no other comedy club like this in America. I am so surprised. I talk too much. You may have some other questions. I love this city. But isn't this a city where if you run on the baseball field, they hit you in the head with a bat or something like that?
I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of laughing in this interview. That's obvious. But no, we're happy to have you here. And I just really wanted to take a look at your journey because, I mean, you knew by the age of 6 that you wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I don't know. By the age of 6, I was going to school. And my mother and my parents, people of my age, which is really good right now, we were listening to, they called them party records back in the day. You're not old enough to remember this, but they were blue, and they weren't as dirty as they are now. But we were listening to Red Fox, we were listening to Jackie Mums Mabley, Judge Pinkmeat Markham, and Sammy Davis Jr. Back in the day, we thought everybody was funny. Pearl Bailey and people like that, and Richard Pryor. And they would have those party records, and they wouldn't let the kids listen to the party records. But they would go to church, or they would leave us at home alone, or sometimes we'd be in the other room listening to the door. And they'd be just laughing, and we would listen to those records. And I would take those jokes, Johnny Carson and Richard Pryor, take those jokes back to school, and the kids would laugh. So if you make people laugh, I never got any fights or anything like that because I could make people laugh. And your mama jokes, we did that years ago, and it's just a lot of fun. And since 6 years old, and they said you can get paid for telling jokes. We call it cutting the food back in the day. Your mama said, "Stop cutting the food, boy." And I just love what I do. And you know what? I thank God every morning for what I do. I choke up sometimes. I hope you enjoy your life and your occupation like I do.
I sure do.
You do?
Yes.
Because I thank God every day. Because all I do is lie. I love to lie. I'll make up a lie, and I love to lie. I don't lie as much as the weatherman, but I do. I love, life is a lie. We've been living all our lives. Every time you turn on TV, it's a lie. One a day vitamins. What is it? One a day. That's what they say, right? Read the directions. What does it say? Take 2. It's just a lie. We lie in church.
Well, I think I'll make you feel better when I say, I think I'll make you feel better when I let you know that I know all about here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Everybody knows that he is the judge.
You don't?
I do.
Oh my God, God bless you. That's
my
really,
uncle used to take my cousin and I, and we would listen to those kind of records that you're talking about.
The judge is high as a Georgia pound. Everybody going to jail this morning.
Knock, knock, who's there? Eyes, who? Eyes, your next door neighbor.
Oh, I'm going to shoot the shot out of you this morning. That was a cuss word back then today. Shoot the shot out of you. You used to go,
oh my goodness.
And it wasn't even dirty.
Let's
And
see.
Jackie Mom Mabley said Jack and Jill went up the hill. Each had $1.25. When they came down, Jill had $2.50. They didn't go up a wall. We thought that was dirty back in the day, but it's not dirty anymore.
No.
So not like it is. See, I try to be a Christian comedian now. I try to, but the COVID's kind of changed me because the pandemic was different. I lost 5 friends. Okay, and not because of COVID. They owe me money, so I lost them. And I talk about that stuff and just being somewhat of a Christian comedian. So in Atlanta, we have a rapper named Waka Flocka Flame.
I know Waka Flocka.
You know
Flame.
Waka Flocka? You said it right too. So that's my cuss word, Waka Flocka.
Okay.
So the church people love for me. So they look at that. I told them I went to church and the pastor walked up in the pulpit. I said, "Look at this Waka Flocka." So that's my cuss word. So that's all. The young kids love me when I go into the names of the rappers, and I don't know whether rap is a good word anymore. Rapper kind of means like I won't be around long. I'm going to jail. These rappers are. I don't know what they're doing because we had real music back in the day.
It's
so
a different culture,
so
that's
it's a different
for
culture
sure.
now. But
So, learning that you love the idea of making people laugh, that's one thing. But you still decided to go away and get an education. So, you've got your degree from the University of Akron in transportation, advertising and marketing,
Yes.
and then you went on to get a degree from Columbia School of Broadcasting in radio and television. So, for somebody who knows they're funny, you still valued the education.
Well, you said knows that they're fun. Oh yeah, yeah. The reason I did that is because when I was in my teenage years, I heard all the comedians saying, Johnny Carson, all of the guys back in vaudeville saying that sometimes they didn't know what they were going to eat, where they're going to get food. I said, oh, I need education to get a little background. And I love what I did with I actually sold rags right out of college. I sold the ShamWow back in 1972. It was a blue cloth.
Wow.
We didn't even know what it was. I sold rags. It's actually a rags to riches story, even though I'm still working and enjoying life.
Wow.
But I sold rags, and after I left rags, I went to advertising. I was vice president of the world's largest outdoor advertising agency. Everything in New York City at Times Square, the billboards and spectaculars you see. Well, I was vice president of that company in all of the top 10 markets. I even had Milwaukee, all the buses in Milwaukee back in 1975, and New York City, Boston, Detroit. I love what I do. So I made a lot of money in advertising. And I saved up and I said, okay, now I moved myself as vice president of Douglas Lee. You know the ball that drops at Times Square? My boss was Douglas Lee at the time, Douglas Lee Advertising. So I said, I've saved up enough money, I'm going to go to Los Angeles, moved up and moved myself out there. Because I went out there one weekend and I drummed up like $200,000 of sales.
Wow.
I put Elton John and Donna Summer on buses from Los Angeles. I put them on all the buses in New York City. And so I went out and I just started doing comedy. One night I was on stage and ABC saw me and they said, would you like to write the Red Fox show? That was after Sanford and Son. And I said, no, I'm not into writing, because I didn't even know who I was. I was only doing real comedy, not even real comedy, just like 6 or 7 months. They said, we want you to write the Red Fox show. I said, I don't know anything about writing. I'm comfortable with who I am. And that was in 1977. And it was like, they said, well, it's $2,500 a week. And I said, maybe I could come up with a little something back then. Back then, that was a lot of money back then. I guess it's still a lot of money today. And you're having fun writing. So I wrote the Red Fox show. Not the Red Fox show. It was called the Red Fox Variety Hour. A variety show on ABC after he left Sanford and Son. And to this day, I'm so blessed. To this day now, I'm working a brand new show who created the Sanford and Son by a man that's 100 years old. His name is Norman Lear.
I think we all know Norman Lear.
The Jeffersons, Maude, All in the Family.
Good times.
Ain't we lucky we got him? Good times. And we're just blessed, and so that's why I had to get that education. And I still, if I didn't do comedy today, I could still go back to New York City and sell advertising. Make a lot of money too.
Yeah, but when you moved to New York, chasing that comedy dream, you actually were roommates and became really close friends with the Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry who? Never heard of Jerry Seinfeld. We actually started together at the same club in 1976. And then we became roommates, and we talked too much. And you're not going to believe this, but we still talk 5 times, 3, 4, 5 times a day. I already talked to him this morning. I wish everybody had a friend like Jerry Seinfeld. He's an idiot. I'm his only friend that can tell him to shut up because he's so big, He's number one in the money-making category. That's what Forbes magazine, number one on the list. Number one. And I said, you don't know everything. You shut up. I'll listen to him and tell him that, I'll say, you're stupid. You don't know anything. You know what he tells me? Check the list. Check the list.
Check the list.
He's got that money. But, I'm so happy to have been the real roommate. I'm the real George roommate for 13 years with Jerry. I was best man at Jerry Seinfeld's wedding, and I'm the father of his kids. So we just...
I just caught that. Not the godfather.
I'm the real father of his kids. It's so... They're my family, and, going over there, and the wife amazes me. They've been married over 20 years. Like Thanksgiving. I said, what kind of Thanksgiving? Oh, we're having a real good Thanksgiving. And I'll say, it's not a Thanksgiving unless I see aluminum foil. Get up, take me in the kitchen. He takes me in the kitchen. His wife, Jessica, she's got aluminum foil everywhere. And she's really different than the wife that I thought she was going to be, because she's just like, almost like, she's Jewish, but she's like our parents. She had 5 pumpkin pies, apple pie, pecan pies, just all over, just like, and I'm just going, she loved to cook. When I go over there, we eat football, what do you call it, Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
I have my collard greens. I have my what else? With chicken wings. I have my barbecue ribs, cornbread.
Wow.
She does it all. I'm just amazed at the family, and I could talk about them forever. But Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this city is really, really nice. I'm very surprised how nice it is. Maybe it's just a nice day. I drove out on the freeway, just pretty clean. What is that, 94?
Mm-hmm.
Just pretty. I think they're going to the cop was going to pull me over. I was passing nobody. I'm doing 70 miles an hour passing nobody. Zoom, zoom. But I'm in this, what is this called?
Brookfield.
And I'm looking, I'm going, this is a mall, no comedy clubs. This place is beautiful.
Yeah, it was recently built. It's not.
It looks new.
Yeah, it's really a
So they built the mall
spot.
and the highway at the same time, 94?
No. Yeah. But no, this whole little
Area?
mall out here is fairly new. But I love the fact that you can look back, it's safe to say 50 years, and say, I've had fun doing all the things that I've done, and here you are, 2022, almost 2023,
Right.
still able to do what you love. What is the secret to being able to, have that staying power?
The secret is honoring your essence. Do what you love doing. That's what I teach all the college kids. Make sure you enjoy your life. I even go to the point where I tell kids, make sure you enjoy your life, because life is backwards. You hear old people say, when I turn 65, I'm going to retire and travel all over the world. But what? You're too damn old. Travel while you're young. Now, I tell young kids to go to the new beaches, get on an airplane. As soon as you get out of college or high school, get on an airplane, travel to another country, see how other people live. Charge it to your parents. Just make sure you enjoy your life, because you can work when you get old. Look at me. After 47 years, I'm still doing comedy and love what I do. And keeping up with times and talking to the young people, you know what's happening right now? I can't believe it. Young people are bringing their parents out to the show. They've never seen their mom and dad bend over and laugh. And that's what we do. I get the AARP crowd, I get the hip hoppers, I get the gangbangers, we get everybody. And on this show, we got Jan Denny Brown from Tom Jonah and Steve Harvey. We got Mary J here in Milwaukee, and it's just crazy. And we just love to laugh. And I love to talk to the young people. Sometimes I say, oh, look at you young people. Some of these jokes you won't even get. And I'll purposely do a joke like, you'll get this joke. When we were kids, like you kids, you can stay out all night long, can't you? We can't stay all night. We couldn't stay out all night long. We had a curfew. I had a curfew. If I couldn't make it home before midnight, you know what I would do? I would call my mom on the telephone. She would pick it up. Hello. I said, it's okay, Ma, I got it. The house goes crazy. The young kids, hey, Andrea.
Like you picked up the other phone.
Yeah, the young kids go,
Huh?
huh?
Yeah.
And I just get them and I start rolling on them. And
What's a landline?
Exactly. But it's so much fun to be able to relate to the young kids and my age also. I just love what I do. And I have to read and just keep up on everything. Life is wonderful. If I die tomorrow, the world owes me nothing.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So just in wrapping up, though, I mean, you've got...
We're going to wrap up already? I'm enjoying talking to you, and I talk too much. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You've got a couple of books under your belt.
Laugh It Off, and one called Bull Twit.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't say what I wanted to say, but I go, in the Twitter world, I was voted top 25 funniest tweeters in the world. And it talks about some things like I'm just crazy, things I would do. Shout out to this, shout out to that. I'm different, I'm a rebel, I don't play by the rules. Because I'll do things like I'll eat cupcakes out of a pan, and I'll eat pancakes out of a cup. I don't care, I don't play by the rules. I'll pick my teeth with an ice pick, and I'll pick ice with a toothpick. I don't care. And that's Twitter world is different. You may have to make a joke in like 80 words. So my Twitter is just going crazy. Follow me at Mr. George Wallace on Twitter. I'm having fun with the book. I'm just busy, and we got this new show. Let me tell you about the new show.
Please do.
This is with Norman Lear and Laverne Cox. So it's almost like Sanford and Daughter. So I'm an old black man based out of Mobile, Alabama. I'm a regular dad. I put food on the table. The wife takes care of the house and the kids. So my wife, after a few years, died. My son was 16 years old when she died. And when he turned 17, he did like most kids do. get the hell out of the house and go where they want to go. He went to New York City to do his thing. 17 years later, I get a knock at the door. Bam, bam, bam. I said, who is it? Bam, bam, bam. He said, Dad, it's me. I said, me who? Dad, it's me. Who the hell are you? And slammed the door. Knock, knock, knock. Who are you and what do you want? Dad, it's me. Are you Edwin's wife? Dad, it's me. My son had gone to New York. 17 years later, knocks on the door. My son has transgendered.
Oh.
It's Laverne Cox. So I'm still uneducated, and I don't understand what's going on. Can't handle it. Can't handle it. But we grow, and we grow, and we grow, and that's the good part about it. I have to be educated. America has to be educated. We were going to take it to the black church, and people are going to go, I didn't know Henry had a daughter. Well, Henry didn't know he had a daughter either. But we're going to deal with that. We're going to have her running for mayor. She may not win, but it creates awareness. And as you know, everything Norman Lear has ever done has been kind of controversial. So I am a person that loves people. I don't care who you are or what you do. Live and let live. And I think the man upstairs, if he puts us here, he loves everybody. So we're going to deal with all the issues that may happen in the family, no matter why you left home. It could be child abuse. It could be drugs or whatever, but we're going to deal with that and handle it and have some fun because it's all about LOVE, love.
I love that.
Thank you so much.
It's just funny to me that you're a part of a show that's going to be on that level because you do that with your comedy. You know, it's sometimes hard to digest some of the things that happen in the news,
Yes.
you know, the politics and the
Politics are
craziness.
craziness.
Yeah, but you find that silver lining to make people laugh, even though, you know, watching the evening news may be like, oh, here we go, but you make it funny.
I try to, and that's what we're doing today. Comedy is about A, B, 3, or 1, 2, C. There's a twist at the end. You do the subject, you do the substance, and you twist it at the end. Like right now, we're talking about politics. Then you're going through, and I'm from Georgia, so you know I'm going through something. We got Herschel Walker. My dad says, makes as much sense as having an ashtray on a motorcycle. So we're talking. So now I've gotten to the point. I wouldn't, even if I could not vote for somebody that's not smarter than me in the first place. That's number one, right? But now I'm so ticked off in Georgia. I just hate all the Walkers. He just changed my life. I hate all the Walkers. If your last name is Walker, I don't like you. I hate all Junior Walker and the All-Stars. I hate you, okay? Jimmy Walker, I hate you. Johnny Walker Red. I hate you. Johnny Walker Red, Johnny Walker Black, especially Johnny Walker Blue. I hate all the Walkers. You hear me?
I hear you.
Madam C.J. Walker, you dead and gone, but I got to bring your name up, okay? I hate all the Walkers. And Judge Clarence Thomas, they're not Walkers, but I hate you and your wife, Jenny, too. So there's a twist on it. And people,
Right.
You know what? And I don't embarrass anybody. So people in the audience, they come in and we have a good time. I don't care who you are. It's all about laughter. And laughter is healing for the soul.
That's what they
Healing,
say.
that's what these bishops tell you. You know, I'm in Milwaukee, and 2 of my bishops are here. Bishop Hines, I don't know his first name, Bishop Hines. He comes to my church in Los Angeles.
Daryl Hines.
Daryl Hines, he can sing. And the Bishop Daniel's the one that dances. he dances. I love to watch him dance. His legs move, but the top of his body doesn't move. And his sister Valerie, I think her name. I'm looking for y'all. Y'all come to the show. Now you're old enough. Bishop Blake comes on my show, and so you can come. Bishop Drew Sheard called me last night in Las Vegas. They come to my show. So this is a church people show too. At least my part is. Jonathan Brown is there. And they know, and the people go to church. I was a clean comedian for a lot of years. I'm still a clean comedian, but I said, you know, everybody at my church cuss but me. Right. And I hear the preachers cuss too when they see that they don't make enough money. That's all the damn money y'all raise.
What about Reverend Dr. George Wallace?
Reverend Dr. George Wallace, he will be preaching, and I love the church people just go crazy because I do a whole church segment.
Yes.
In my show. So
there's so much.
Let me say one more thing before I leave. Ladies and gentlemen, in Milwaukee and as far out as we go, you are looking at $100,000 worth of teeth between the two of us. 100,000, maybe more. I wear this mask on stage, but I have to take it off because they need to see these teeth.
That's right, and your smile makes everybody else smile.
No, your smile, really and tell you what, between the two of us, anybody watching us right now.
But for the record, I haven't had my teeth done.
You haven't had your teeth done?
No, they aren't.
Now, I say I lie for a living. I know damn well your teeth didn't grow that straight in your mouth. Look at that
promise.
Teeth. Girl, I see you got a cup at home next to your bed. Andrea, Andrea, you didn't do anything you did. Well, you brushed them very nicely.
Thank
so.
you.
That's an eye pan of Colgate. They don't know about the young kids. Don't know about those toothpastes. You have the most. Your smile is. I haven't seen my teeth, but people say my teeth are okay.
Your teeth are
Your
beautiful.
teeth are the best.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
You're so sweet.
I don't know whether it's clear choice, your choice, or whose choice it is.
We can't help but laugh, but there's a reason you were in Vegas and named the new Mr. Vegas. 10 years at the Flamingo because people came for the laughter that only you can bring. So we're so happy to have you in Milwaukee.
People are angry at me right now, the new Mr. Vegas, because I'm not in Las Vegas. That's what Pastor Drew, a bishop is. Drew Sheard is now in Vegas. But I love that the new Mr. Vegas get a chance to come to places like Milwaukee. And I promise you, I'll be back. I don't even care whether I make it or not. What you do, we even have an early show on Sunday at 4 o'clock. The people that don't like to drive at night, I moved it down purposely for people of age that people can't see, people can't, they can get out of church and come over to the show and get saved. Get really saved.
Not get saved.
You can have communion at church, and then you can come to our show and get some real wine. You know they want that real. Churches don't know they can make a lot more money if they had real wine in the church.
That's so funny, but that's less than a shot, buddy.
Hey. That ticks me off too. I want to talk about that too. The new thing, you've been to church lately, they got a new thing with communion. They got the wine and the wafer combined.
Oh, I couldn't find the wafer.
I know you can't, and that's why the little old ladies in white dresses, 80 years old, they be cussing. This some bull stuff right here.
I was like, I didn't get the wafer, and they're like, oh, it's attached to something. I did just have that happen.
When the preacher said, let's eat and drink together, and you're going, they bing, ding, I'm going to talk about that at the show. Friday, Saturday, we got 4 shows.
Yeah, 4 shows.
One show Friday, because I'm going to take it easy on Friday. 2 shows on Saturday, and 1 show on Sunday. And you need to get your tickets at the improv.com. I'm loving Milwaukee right now. You get those tickets right now, improv.com.
All
okay?
right. Thank you so much.
And bring your ugly mama.
Oh, I had one for you.
Go ahead.
Your mama is so slow that she thought a lawsuit was something you were to court.
Ooh, she got a young mama. I heard your mama got a job at the airport sniffing luggage. Is it true that your mama's so dumb she's walking by the YMCA? She said, look, baby, somebody spelled Macy's wrong.
Your mama's so lazy that she put her nose out the window and let the wind blow it.
I'm going to let you win on that one, okay? I'm going to let you win on that one.
It has been a pleasure.
Your mama is so ugly when birds fly they fly upside down so they don't have to poop on them. I know it's a television show. That's
the one and only Mr. George Wallace. Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here live with Andrea Williams. What an honor. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing
you can do about it.
You know why? Because my love for you does not require your permission. We out.
We out. Thank you. You're amazing.
You're wonderful. God bless you.
Thank you.